Hello, everyone. We are just days away from Easter, my favorite day of the church year. Easter for me has always been a joy-filled day. Spring has sprung, the weather is warmer, people come out of hibernation, and best of all, my future is secure because Jesus is alive. I struggle with the idea that some people don't believe. In fact, that number seems to be growing by the minute. I wonder if that would change if I could prove Easter is all we've been told that it is. For many, the words of the Bible just aren't enough for them to believe. So, let's see Easter from things which have led people to believe secular things in the past. We'll use Abraham Lincoln as an example. Most people believe he lived and walked the earth. But the people who believe this never saw Lincoln or knew him personally. They believe him for, I think, 3 reasons. First, because books have been written about him. Second, people who knew him have confirmed what they saw. And 3, there are pictures of him. What if I told you the same thing is true of Jesus? Books have been written about him. People who knew him have confirmed what they saw, and there is a picture of him. I believe you would say, well, if I believed Lincoln based on that criteria, I would have to believe in Jesus too. Hooray! I can prove Jesus lived on earth. Why then do people believe without hesitation that Lincoln existed, but have difficulty believing in Jesus? Maybe after today, people's eyes will be opened. That's my prayer. So, first I have a question. Can we find the same proof for Jesus people have found that have led them to believe in Lincoln? Let's see. First, people believe in Lincoln because books are written about him. According to Goodreads, there are 251 books about Jesus. And there was a historian in Israel by the name of Josephus who has written about Jesus from that time period. So, criteria number 1 has been established. Plus, there is more proof of the Bible than in all of ancient literature. Second, people believe in Lincoln because those who knew him have confirmed what they saw. Interestingly, 11 disciples of Jesus, as well as the Apostle Paul and others, not only confirmed what they saw, but they died because of that confirmation. Here are some examples. James was beheaded in Jerusalem because of his faith. Matthew was killed by the sword in Ethiopia. Mark died in Egypt after being dragged by horses through the streets until he was dead. Luke was hanged in Greece because of his preaching. The Apostle Paul was beheaded in Rome. Simon the Zealot was sawed in half, and Peter was hung upside down on a cross. Why would any of these men willingly give their lives away this way unless they truly believed in Jesus beyond a shadow of a doubt? No one died specifically for Lincoln, yet he is considered a hero. Finally, people know Lincoln because they have seen pictures of him. I've seen a picture of Jesus, and so have you. His picture is found on the famous Shroud of Turin. There is no doubt in my mind that is the burial cloth of Jesus, and his picture is clearly visible. There is no explanation for that shroud except that an incredible amount of energy known as solar rays produce the image. Might that be the energy necessary to raise Jesus from the dead? I think so. I have seen Jesus in that shroud. People who don't believe the shroud is the burial cloth of Jesus simply don't want to believe, even though the evidence is overwhelming. Jesus said, quote, "Blessed are those who have not seen and yet believe," end quote. But God has allowed us to see his Son in many ways, through books, via experiences of those who died because they would not back down from what they believed and knew, and via a burial cloth known as the Shroud of Turin that many believe truly has the image of Jesus burned into it. Despite all of this, people still reject Jesus, but firmly believe in the existence of Lincoln. Sadly, though, Lincoln cannot and has not eternally saved anyone. This Easter, keep your eyes fixed on Jesus and thank him for giving his life for us. Then, thank God for raising him from the dead and allowing him to appear to 500 people before his ascension. Mankind can only be saved by a blood sacrifice. Thank you, Jesus, for being that blood sacrifice for me. I will once again honor that sacrifice on Good Friday and be thankful for the resurrection on Easter. Remember this: had Jesus simply died on a cross that Friday so long ago, no one would believe. People die every day. It was the resurrection we celebrate on Easter that assures us Jesus is who he always said he was: God incarnate, God with us. May you believe and be thankful. From our family to yours, we wish you a very blessed Easter. See you Thursday.